Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. We've got another new Belgium brew to review with you guys tonight. This is their Belgo. It's a Belgian style Indian Pale Ale. It's got a really cool silver label on the front. This beer's been out for quite a while. It's really popular with people that like Belgium style ales. It's more on the Belgium side than the IPA side, but what's really cool about this is the way they describe it. From New Belgium, they say, "We set out to brew this beer. We used our imagination and salvation to guide us, not necessarily style guidelines." And that's really important because it's not an IPA, it's not a Belgium. It definitely is a mix of both. It's not what you call your average beer. It's not anything that you can kind of compare to a lot of the beers. It was something very unique. And New Belgium brews a lot of great beers, so it kind of went out on a limb on this one. It says it's got the Belgium way, with IPA styles being both the branding name for the pegging of the New Belgium style of living things up. It says it's Belgo sounds like Belgian disco, so hence the name Belgian disco, but it hops like a party. Now, that's important, and I'll tell you right now that the IBUs are 60. So 60 is definitely in the IPA range for an IBU rating. It says, next thing you know, we set out to bust out a disco ball, and brewers started groovin. So this is kind of where this disco ball label comes in, this silvery label. The hops started hopping. We added in some Trappist yeast strain, and the place brewed with frenzy of citrus hop folly. So you've got some citrus in it, quite a bit of hops at an IBU of 60, and then of course you've got the Belgium style, as most people would call it. It's got 4 different style hops, so when you pour the beer, it looks very much like an IPA as opposed to a wheat beer. Why do I say that? It's definitely, and I know the lighting is not very good here, but you can see it's very clear for a Belgium style beer. It's got a nice white frothy head on it. It's got Simcoe, Centennial, Cascade, and Amarillo hops. That's a lot of hops. What's cool about this beer, I think, is that they're blending the Belgium style with the IPA style at a 7% alcohol, and then they're trying to do a little bit something different from New Belgium. You know, New Belgium's known for Fat Tire. It's a great wheat beer. They do a lot of good beers like Dig and Somersault. But you look at this beer and you kind of go, well, it's definitely a mix of both. When you drink it, the first thing you taste and smell is that Belgium-style yeast. I'm not a huge fan of that, but when you first smell it, it has a very yeasty aroma. It's got kind of that kind of Belgian-style unfiltered aroma, even though it's not that unfiltered. It's a fairly filtered beer. When you smell it, though, again, you get a little bit of hops, you know, that kind of come in on the back end. When you taste it, first thing it hits you is yeast, and then you get the hops. So, to me, it's more of a Belgian-style ale as opposed to a Belgian-style Indian Pale Ale. I love this brewery. I think New Belgium has done so many good things for craft beer. I think they do a lot of things extremely well. This is not one of my favorite beers. You will very rarely hear me say that I don't like New Belgium beers. This is probably the first New Belgium beer I will say on my review that I won't buy again. And that's extremely rare for me to say. I bought a 6-pack of this for I think about $9. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad I tried it. But I personally like IPAs a lot, and this is not an IPA type beer I would purchase again. I also dislike that yeast Belgium flavor. So remember that when you watch this review. If you really like that yeasty flavor, if you like a lot of Belgian beers, you might really like this beer. But not one of my big favorites. That's about all I have to say. Our rating scale between 1 and 5 on microbeerreviews.com. I'd give it about a 2. I'm glad I tried it. If you like New Belgium beers, definitely try it. If you like Belgium style beers, definitely try it. If you like IPAs, I'd be very careful because you might be a little disappointed. But that's my review. Let me know what you think. Please leave comments on our YouTube channel, on our website, microbeerreviews.com. We're on YouTube, and we are on Facebook, and we appreciate you watching. And we will see you again real soon. Cheers.